Alright, my lovers. My name is MJ. That stands for Molly Jane. I get annoyed with myself speaking, and yet I like to show up here almost every day of the week and offer divine guidance and loving clarity. This online community has been a saving grace in my life, and throughout some of the most challenging times in my adult life, there have been some internet friends that have showed up and been like familial support, like absolute legends. So genuine friendship connections on this online community, and a lot of radical independent thinkers, healers, and normal human folk just working jobs and living in here and surviving, and I'm somebody that's really come off a lot of sort of, I just want to say sort of toxic positivity, law of attraction. Even my own book, I probably want to re-edit and just to make sure people don't get overly consumed about being a high vibrator, being high vibration, because certainly there's a huge acknowledgement that we can just sort of positive think our way out of dealing with any of our trauma, because the trauma and the pain that we carry is carried in the cells of our body. We usually release it through emotions or movement. Singing, there's all the therapies that we have access to, and the tools that ultimately help to keep us sane and well. So it's all there for your choosing. I worked at a retreat for many, many years in my yoga career, and people just of all different walks of life and experience would come to this retreat, and people would do the yoga and they'd be like, I really enjoyed that. I did a class 10 years ago and I didn't like it, or I did, whatever, and I didn't enjoy the vibratory. And I say to people, just like buying a designer bag or choosing your food, I'm like, in a sense, spirituality in our culture is no different. You shop around. Just because you do one yoga class doesn't mean that's the yoga for you, or that's the class for you. Doesn't mean that you, because in my opinion, yoga is for everyone. Like, we are all yoga, or like we all have this sort of inner valve, this inner connection that can show us the way, because straight up legit, like when I was in India doing the yoga vibratory, and you're normally like, you're given your list of reading, and I was already like reading nonstop for the yoga love, but there was like, just my noodly mind. And I remember thinking to myself, but like, there would have been a time when the original yogis didn't have TTCs, teacher trainings, they didn't have books, they didn't have dakata. So I'm like, so basically they sat there and they moved around and they figured it out. Because the first two limbs of yoga are the yamas and niyamas. And so that's really just about conduct. It's like genuine, like the 5 principles of Christianity, even like, be kind to yourself, be kind to other. Don't be a dick inside your head as much as you don't want to be a dick in the physical reality. And by that, no, that's, by the way, I don't want to be like divided. Any of us can be dicks. I simply mean being a douchebag, not being very kind to your fellow humans, right? So yoga just has all those elements of like, be nice to yourself and others, make amends when you're not, don't steal, don't hoard, don't kill. Like those, it's just, the similar principles that run through most of our even world religions. They're the same, because they're about having having integrity as a human being. It's about living from your heart, like legit. A friend and spiritual teacher said, a mind disconnected from the heart destroys its host. So you can make the connection. A mind disconnected from the heart destroys its host. I'm like, people, People, spread the word. So, like, here we are, a mind, just, we're disconnected. Who gives a shit? Let's just trample all over each other and buy more gold. Like, but that kind of consciousness exhibited beautifully in our capitalist society, you know, that's not good for that's not a sustainable perspective ultimately, right? That, again, just simply separation consciousness, we're all separate, and we probably bang bang, bang bang, she shoot you down, bang bang, you will hit the ground. We just shoot each other down until we're not here. See, a mind disconnected from its host, or a mind disconnected from heart destroys its host. Like, we've been disconnected, we've been destroying our own bodies, and we're even creating a narrative that we're destroying our planet. So it's like, holy Shazam. Anyway, blah blah. 6 minutes in and I haven't even pulled any cards. Sometimes I rant. Actually, pretty much most days. So, you know, you got to be feeling the vibratories. If you don't, I'm not here pushing or forcing you to watch, well, anything. In fact, if you're just still watching, it's like, okay, that is your divine choice. Holy Shazam. Okay, cool. Oh, God. Sometimes I just repeat these razzmatazz words all over your airwaves. I wish I bring you peace. Straight up legit. Like, that's my function. I'm here, one, sharing the intensity of this journey of life. Two, selling stuff because I have to make a living like everybody else. And, tarot, did I say that? I don't know. Let's get into the cards, shall we? Divine guidance and loving clarity. My intention is divine guidance and loving clarity. Straight up legit. Been on an intuitively guided journey for the last 20 years of my existence. Huh. And the tarot has been a tool that started to come in about 3 years ago. And I've been reading internationally and professionally for the last 3 years. Again, it's intuitive. So it doesn't look like traditional tarot necessarily. It is like every part of how I pull cards and stuff is intuition. So that's the efficacy, but also the like vigilance of tarot is not a psychic modality. Tarot is a system of divination, ultimately, as in it's a system of insight. Being intuitive just means that I kind of naturally operate more in the kind of spiritual or invisible realms from some other humans. You could say that, you know, their function isn't to be intuitive. Their function is to maybe create planes, right? So, hala. Oh, okay. So major energies just come up here in the central theme. For some of you, there could be conflict in overcoming heartbreak. As in, yeah, like, yeah, defo. For some of you, you could be moving as well. Like, you have been, there's possibly a heartache, a conflict, and that this prompts you to take a move states, move towns, move house. You are coming through with this energy of the Empress in the upright, very abundant, very beautiful and magnetic. It would appear to me that after this conflict, or possibly, yes, apologies, you may have been through a conflict that led to you moving, straight up. So then you move and you're creating all of this really gorgeous energy for yourself with the Temperance. The Empress, I need to get an energy. The Empress is, I feel like some of you have been heartbroken by an Emperor. As in, these would be divine counterparts. These would be people that are like super duper power couple matchy, but the Emperor's in the reverse next to the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is also in the reverse though, so that makes me feel like, I honestly, like, part of the energy here is that this Emperor could have been carrying so many burdens that they couldn't deal. So it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. They were carrying so many burdens that everything became a burden, including you. But you've just had to really look after yourself. You've really had to find, okay, and then there is this choice for you guys. I would yeah, I would be mindful here because the Emperor is, I mean, there could, that situation could change, but let's just pull some of you cards. I'm getting the sense of like, they might say they're going within to do lots of inner work, but the cards are not showing that. Yeah, Fool card, Ace of Wands, like, genuine. Some of you guys here within the context of this reading are definitely being guided to take a new beginning. Just saying. Like, take a new beginning rather than, or there's the same situation that's gonna have a rebirth. You're gonna get a new start with this Emperor energy. Or the Emperor, if you're the Emperor, whatever genders, you might want to be going after this Empress. That could be it as well. It's almost like maybe you've had the time to like reflect. Also, for some of you, like, there's been some major heartbreak. There's been some major heartbreak in this situation. But it is shifting. And the Wheel of Fortune. So Temperance, you guys, if this is resonating at all, like, truly, truly just look after you. Just look after yourself. And, okay, so for some of you guys, if this is, like, relationship-oriented, love relationship specifically, it is shifting, and this is the one. This is, like, but bear in mind, you know, all of us, the spiritual community, I'm not somebody who propagates, like, the one and soulmates and twin flames. Like, there's just too much distortion potentially, and then just more pointing fingers and whatever. So anyway, the one in this regard makes me feel like you're just coming into a really, really nice space within yourself. And ultimately, whenever that happens, often is the case that relationship dynamics morph, they change. Why? Because they're a reflection of us. Like, they change as a reflection of our own state of being. So you're becoming more like full of yourself, but in a very pure way. And you're possibly going through this regenesis with a person that maybe broke your heart, or you them. And or because I had that Ace and I had also a Fool card come up, for some of you it's going to be as simple as there's just a new beginning. You've already moved, you've already overcome the conflict. So for some of you, if this Emperor is kind of coming back to try to make an offer, you might choose to just take the new beginning rather than go back. But of course, if you do, you do. Hello Shazam, you guys, thanks a lot for being here. Happy Spring Classic, everybody. I'll see you at the festival. Peace.